guys, I'm going to be talking on the finance side for a few minutes, so I want to get the YouTube disclaimers out of the way. None of my statements constitutes professional advice. Viewers that follow any advice, suggestions, or anything to do with this channel do so at their own risk because you are responsible for your own actions, and of course, that's the way that it has to be. All right, let's jump right into it. All right, I'm going to share this with you because I have been sharing my journey with the Fisker Ocean, and then I've been doing things on the finance side as well. And recently, there's just not been much to talk about on the finance side. Yesterday we got the report that, we had been delisted. We knew that. Fisker didn't appeal it, and we knew that. There wasn't anything to really talk about. Yesterday, though, I did a video on getting locked out of my Ocean, and I shared that experience with you, and I hope that that helps. Earlier today, I actually did a video over getting my personalized license plate after 159 days, so I shared that with you. Thought that was pretty cool to finally get it, but, it is what it is, right? Glad I finally got that, and that's a relief. And the other thing that I'm going to talk about you today is I have started buying some stock back. Now, what to make of that. I got no script. I'm just talking. And, you can look at that two different ways. And I'm going to explain why I have decided to do that. Now, again, I pretty much liquidated my position at 0.03. I kept all of my leaps, which are worthless, unless we have a big rally. I kept everything that was in my Roth, which, was still significant in my opinion. It's not significant at 0.02 or 0.03, but, I just left that alone, and I'm like, okay, hey, miracles happen. And I have decided to start adding a little bit of money back into Fisker, and I actually purchased some shares today. Now, I'm never going to discuss share count. I'm never going to discuss amounts, but I am going to kind of ballpark things for you, so you can just kind of get a a general idea of what I'm doing and how I'm thinking. Maybe you want to do something similar, maybe you want to do something totally different, but whatever you decide, you be willing to live with that because it's all on you. I totally accept the risk, and I have already gotten financially murdered in Fisker because, I was buying shares at, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and under, and here we are. So, yeah, financially, I got it stuck to me with Fisker, but, we're down, but we're not out. Now, it's grim, okay? I make no, how would you say it, excuses? I make no excuses there in the sense that it is grim. Fisker may indeed go bankrupt. And I'm totally ready to live with that decision. But I talked it over with my wife, and, we kind of decided a couple things. One thing, we are going to pay down the Ocean as quickly as possible. So we're going to throw as much money at it as we can, as quickly as we can. And, that's easier said than done because I had planned on selling calls. I sell calls and puts, and, I'm pretty skilled at that. And my plan was, to just build shares. And then, once Fisker starts selling the Ocean, okay, probably get a rally in the stock and, just, gravy money, monthly recurring income. You just sell calls on it, and maybe some puts, and you make pretty good money that way. Now, of course, we're 2 cents, we're on the OTC, so that plan was totally busted. Okay, just absolutely a total bust. So my wife and I talked about this, and we decided, okay, we're going to throw everything we can, everything extra that we can at paying down the Ocean, because I've never in my life been upside down on a car. My wife and I paid $28,500 down on the Ocean, and we're already upside down, by a lot. So, just the resale value on these things have cratered. So getting to my point, we have decided, that, I hate to mention numbers, but I'm going to throw this out there. Okay, we have decided that $100 a month is not going to, change our lives in any particular direction. Are we really going to miss $100 a month? No. Okay, no, we're not. So what we have decided to do is throw a little bit of money at Fisker in, the hope that it survives. And survives without Chapter 7 and survives without Chapter 13. And, it may be money that's totally wasted, okay? And it may not. We may get a buyer that comes in. We may get a private investor that comes in. We may trade on the OTC for a while and then, magically get back on the New York Stock Exchange or something else, the NASDAQ. It's anybody's guess at this point. And then, 3 days later after making this video, Fisker may declare bankruptcy too. So, it is what it is. And I totally accept that. So, I've got a couple things going on. One, we have decided to throw a little bit of money at the stock. Two, we've decided to pay the ocean down as quickly as possible. It's debatable right now. We owe, I guess, about $48,000 on it, give or take slightly. And we're going to throw quite a bit at it. The goal is to have it paid off in less than 2 years. So that's what we're really going to try to do. And, if Fisker recovers, paying it off is easy. We'll sell calls and make money that way. But so I'm going to do that and then throw a little money at the stock, pay that down. And then, wait and see if we get a miracle. We may get a miracle and we may not. If we don't, totally fine to live with that decision. And then the third thing I'm going to throw in there is we have decided, I've mentioned this in other videos, to drive the daylights out of the ocean. I see no other way to get the value of it back. I see no other way, to get the financial aspect of it back. Just drive it, enjoy it. And I really enjoy driving that thing. Even though I got locked out yesterday, I still really enjoy driving that thing. It's fun to drive. It's so fun to learn that thing and learn its little quirks and appreciate the way that it drives, because it really does drive well. And I'm bumping right up against 7,500 miles. Right now, I think I got right 7,400 miles on it. So those are the three things that I really wanted to bring out, in this video. And, if you want me to label them, one, throw a little money at the stock. Two, pay the ocean down as quickly as possible, because I absolutely despise being upside down on the ocean. So I'm going to start throwing quite a bit of money at that. And then the third thing, which I've already mentioned, and that's to drive the daylights out of it. So, maybe you can share your personal stories down below. I think that's part of what this channel is. I debated in a lot of ways, how to continue this channel. And I would like to continue it. I found it to be a very good community. My audience is very mature, very respectful comments. And I've just kind of found it enjoyable to do. And I'll tell you now, the last thing I wanted to do was start a YouTube channel. That was not on my priority list at all. But then I felt like there were so many people out there that didn't know the ocean, didn't understand the ocean, and was not giving the ocean a fair shake. Now, that's not to say that the ocean doesn't have its own set of issues. It clearly does. It clearly has some issues. But I think most of those issues have been terribly overblown. And you talk to the owners, you talk to the people that actually own these things, and most of them will tell you it's their favorite vehicle they have ever had by far. Even with the quirks that it has, like I got locked out, okay? And, the occasional warnings and things like that. And most people have said, 2.0 has dramatically reduced the warnings and stuff like that. So hopefully Fisker can survive. Hopefully the software can get much more mature, and we can get, things like adaptive cruise, and things like that. Stuff that's what I'm really looking forward to. All right, guys, just wanted to share this with you, and I hope you found this video helpful and useful. And if you like my content, just hit the like button. That helps other people find my content. Drop me some comments below. What are your plans? Are you adding just a little bit to the stock? Are you saying no, heck no, I've got burned there and I'm never touching it again? You know, are you waiting for a particular thing to happen? You know, I've got my own 2 cents there. You know, I would personally very much like to see a management change, a CEO change, a CFO change, a COO change. But I really hope somebody will come in and save the company financially, because I think it's definitely worth saving. All right, guys, what do you think? Just let me know. And thanks for joining in. And until next time.